Many people today are asking the question, do I need a trust? I would like to talk about basic estate planning for a few minutes, educate you about trust, and let you make the determination whether you need one. At the end of this video, I'll tell you how we can help you if you decide you need our help. For families with a net worth of about $10 million or less, there are two main objectives they have when establishing a trust. First, they want to avoid probate at death. Second, they want to control distributions to heirs after death. Let's briefly discuss these two objectives. First objective, avoiding probate. Probate is a legal process governed by the courts that is sometimes required in order to transfer assets from a deceased person to a new owner. Most people want to avoid this process because it can take a long time, it can cost a lot of money, it can create a burden for surviving family members, and there is a loss of privacy. A trust can help you avoid this court process. Next objective, if my wife and I unexpectedly pass away, my kids, who range in age from 25 years old down to 13 years old, would inherit a substantial sum of money. According to the rules of the state of Arizona, where I live, as long as they are at least 18 years old, or when each child turns 18, they would each be fully entitled to their share of the estate. Many parents do not want a large sum of money to go to their kids at such a young age. This is the second main reason families often create a trust. It allows the parent to establish rules for the timing and amount of distributions. So now let me take a minute to describe a trust and how it helps fulfill these two objectives. A trust is an entity you can create that can own your assets instead of you owning your assets. The nice thing about a trust is that it will never get sick or die. If you have a trust and you become incapacitated or die, the trust will continue on and fulfill your wishes. You would create a trust by executing a trust document. Then, the trust will control the assets you transfer to it. During your lifetime, you can structure the trust so that you still have full control over and use of your assets. But at death, a trustee you have appointed will step in and administer the trust, managing the trust assets according to the rules you created in the trust. Here is an example of one family I recently worked with. If they died prematurely, it was their wish to allow distributions to their children for health care, education, and general support, no matter their age. But they wanted the bulk of their estate to be distributed at later ages, with 25% to be distributed at the beneficiary's age 30, and the remaining 75% to be distributed at the beneficiary's age 40. The idea here, which many families like, is that it allows the beneficiaries to develop more maturity before they gain control of a large sum of money. The right type of trust can be used to accomplish this. Also, if done correctly, the trust avoids the probate process for assets it owns, thus making it a more timely and efficient distribution of estate assets and protecting the privacy of the family. Now, I haven't talked at all about more complex objectives like reducing your estate taxes or protecting your assets from creditors. That's another discussion we can have if needed. So back to the question of whether you need a trust. For families with simpler estates, you might be able to position your estate to avoid probate and fulfill your distribution wishes without a trust. The larger your estate and the more complexity there is in your estate, the more likely it is that the trust will help you accomplish these objectives. My goal today was to share with you some ideas and educate you at a high level on trusts. If you need additional help knowing whether you need a trust or other estate planning documents, I'd be happy to talk through this with you. If you decide you need estate planning work done, I can use my resources and network of professionals to help you get this done at an extremely competitive price.